First of all, just how difficult is it to kind of go through something like that?
I think it's part of the game. Now with the way things are, I don't think any of us take it personally. I think what we're trying to do is be smart and understand that we got 2 games to play today. And, ideally we like to have as much pitching as we can in the second game. So you get down 8 innings right there. For us, we send CNL out. He gets, I think he's at 12 pitches. We look up, he's pushing 35 to 40 pitches. We're down 8 runs. By the rules of Major League Baseball, we're allowed to put in a position player. I think you're kind of punting right there with the idea that you got to have as many arms as you can in the second game. So it just kind of is what it is. We don't take it personal. We're just trying to be smart.
Feel a little miffed that they put in a position player just to save the bullpen there in the 9th?
Again, you're down by 8 runs at that point. I think if you go ahead and throw one of your arms that you have available right there in that spot, and then you have a chance to win the game in the second game and he's not available, I don't think that's very smart. And then if you continue to push CNL past a point that we're super comfortable with, I don't think that's probably the best thing to do either. So it's not the best option, but it just is what it is.
How do the guys quickly just forget this one and kind of refocus here for the second game tonight?
It's just Major League Baseball. I mean, I think we just got to move in. We know we have a second game. We know we got to try to win that game, and I feel like they understand that we did what we had to do at that point in the game to try to win the second one.
What did you see from Soto and Dominguez there in the 6th inning?
We'll start with Sir Anthony. Sir Anthony comes in, gets the first pitch out, good spot, ball's hit to right field. Tough play for Kerstad. Big effort, doesn't get it done, ball goes in. I think we get a couple guys at 2 strikes, not able to finish it off. We get some traffic. Comes in Soto. We like to match up with Soto against Duran and what's his name? I don't know how I'm not forgetting his name, but their big left-handed hitter. Dev with Ralph. We like Soto there. Looks like fastball middle, maybe 0-1 or second pitch fastball middle. Duran gets on it, and then it looks like a slider that kind of backed up, and Devers, who's been doing it for quite a while now, hits it over the fence.
What was the plate umpire talking to Povich about between innings there?
He was just trying to help us out with the different hybrid windups and the clock, and he was just trying to explain that when he starts his little step, because he's not actually starting his windup, the clock doesn't start at that point. So if he runs the clock down too far, it would be a problem. He was trying to help us.
Were you pleased with Povich's start?
I thought Kate threw the ball great, man. You get through 5 against this lineup in this ballpark, I think you got to be really pleased. I mean, the first inning, I forgot who it was, but it was a 3-2 breaking ball, punch guy on in a big spot, middle of the lineup. You felt pretty good at that point. I thought he battled, did a great job, got us into the 6th, basically with the lead 2-1, and we just weren't able to get it done.
Were you surprised or taken aback at all that the Red Sox used a position player in that last inning when they're up however many runs it was?
So I actually thought it probably validated what we did. The fact that you're in a doubleheader and pitching's limited, I think they'd used 3 or 4 guys out of the bullpen at that point. They're trying to win the second game as well at that point. So to see them bring in a position player, it's a little bit of validation for our decision.
Game 2 starter.
Right, we're going to go work through it right now.